Welcome back, everyone, to the English Prep Podcast. Now, we all know that when it comes to those English proficiency exams,
Yeah.
the speaking section can be super scary,
Yeah.
right? Like, you can kind of get ready for the rest of it,
Yeah, it's very different.
but when someone's just like, all right, now talk.
Right on the spot, yeah.
Yeah, that's really tough.
Absolutely. And a lot of times it's not even about like not having the right words or the right grammar,
Yeah.
the English, but it's like, okay, now think quickly and organize your thoughts.
Yeah, and make it make sense.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where having a good plan really helps. It's more than just the English.
Right.
It's about communication.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So today, let's really break down this three-part structure
Okay.
for any speaking prompt you can imagine.
Awesome.
This is like your secret weapon, all right? To feeling confident and getting that score you want.
Love it. Okay, so let's start with part 1,
Okay.
the introduction.
All right.
When you hear the question, what do you want to do? Like right away.
First impression. Right. You got to grab the examiner's attention and kind of set the stage.
Yes, exactly. Just a quick greeting, just acknowledging the question shows you're ready.
Okay.
Like think of it as your handshake.
Okay, so you're like, hello? Yes, I'm here to answer your question.
Exactly.
Okay, got it. And then after that, politeness, what?
Get to your main idea.
Right.
Be super clear. Imagine you're giving directions.
Okay.
You wouldn't start with all the little side streets.
No. You just tell them the main road.
Exactly. Main road first.
Got it. So they know where we're going.
Yeah, like a preview.
Okay. So let's say they ask you about your favorite hobby. How would you start?
Okay.
I wouldn't just say like, oh, I like watching movies.
Yeah.
I'd be like, when I have free time, watching films is not just entertaining, but it's a great way to discover different cultures and stories.
I like that.
Right. That's a little bit more.
It is. It's clear, it's concise, and the examiner knows, okay, we're talking about films.
Yeah.
And it's more than just watching TV. That's a great start. Okay. Part 2.
Okay.
Development. This is where you really get into it.
This is the juicy part.
Yeah, flesh out your idea.
It's not enough to just say something.
No, you got to explain the why and the how.
Why and how. Okay.
Use explanations, give specific examples,
Okay.
reasons, maybe even like a short story.
Okay.
Really support your idea and make it believable.
Right. The more details, the better.
Exactly. And to keep it all flowing nicely, use those linking words.
Oh, yeah. Those are good.
They're like the glue
Okay.
words, like firstly, moreover, in addition, finally.
Right.
It's like you're leading the listener through your thoughts.
Yeah, like signposts.
Exactly. They show how your thoughts are organized.
Okay. So it doesn't sound like I'm just like blurting out random stuff.
Exactly.
Okay. So like telling a story, you don't start with the ending.
No, you got to build up to it.
Right. Step by step.
Okay, so back to the films.
Okay.
How would you develop that?
So I said, films help me explore cultures. I'd say like, firstly, watching films from other countries, shows me different ways of life that I wouldn't normally see.
Right.
Then I might say like, moreover, good stories really make me feel things.
Yeah.
And teach me about people.
Okay.
And then in addition, talking about movies with friends,
Yeah.
helps me understand even more.
Yeah.
And we can connect.
That's great. You're giving those reasons and examples.
So building on it.
Okay, so you've explained why you like films.
Yeah.
Now, how do we wrap it up?
Okay, so part 3.
Part 3, the conclusion.
Right, this is where you sum it all up nice and neat.
Yeah, bring it all together.
Remind them what you said,
Enforce that message, yeah.
but not like word for word, right?
I know.
You want to leave them with like a final thought,
Yeah.
something to think about?
Your takeaway.
Okay, so for watching films, what would I say?
Okay.
So in conclusion,
Mm.
watching movies, it's not just sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a way to see the world, to connect with emotions.
Yeah.
And even build relationships with people who like the same things.
I love that.
It helps me learn and grow as a person.
Perfect. It sums it all up.
Yeah.
And the listener knows why it matters to you.
Okay, so we have our 3 parts.
Yes.
But how do we actually deliver it, to get a good score?
Okay, so you have the framework,
Yeah.
but your delivery is key.
All right. How do we sound good?
First, listen carefully.
Right.
Make sure you understand the question.
Don't be afraid to be like, wait, what?
Exactly.
Yes.
Take a moment to think.
Yeah, because if you answer the wrong question.
Oh, that's not good.
Well, no.
Okay, next, use a good range of vocabulary.
Okay, so use some fancy words.
Well, not just fancy.
Okay.
But different words, synonyms, descriptions.
Okay.
But use them correctly.
Yeah, don't just throw in big words randomly.
Oh, it has to sound natural.
Natural. Okay.
Now, what about speed?
Oh, yeah, how fast do we talk?
Exactly. Not
Yeah.
too fast, right?
Not too fast. Not too slow.
Okay.
Comfortable pace.
So they can understand us.
Exactly.
Exactly. And then pronunciation.
Oh, yeah. Got to say the words, right?
And intonation.
Okay, so like the music of our voice.
Exactly. Practice speaking out loud.
Right.
Makes a huge difference.
Makes sense. Okay. What about those linking words?
Yeah.
They help the examiner follow along, right?
Exactly. They're like signals,
Okay.
to begin with. Furthermore, on the other hand.
As a result.
Yes, perfect.
Yeah.
They show the structure.
And lastly, just stay calm.
Yeah.
Easy to say, right?
I know, but practice builds confidence.
And if you need a second, just pause.
Yes, silence is better than,
Those are the worst.
They are. Okay, now let's talk about common mistakes.
Oh, yeah. So we can avoid them.
Exactly.
What do people mess up?
Well, those filler words.
Ugh.
Yeah, they make you sound unsure.
Okay, so we got to like catch ourselves.
Yes. Replace them with a pause.
Okay, good.
What else?
Going off topic.
Oh, yeah, I do that.
It's easy to do, especially when you're nervous.
Yeah.
You start thinking of something else.
And then you're like, wait, what was the question? Exactly. Stick to your plan.
Stick to the plan. Okay, and speaking too fast.
Yeah, we talked about that. Remember to breathe.
Breathe. Okay, and what about if you're just like,
Yeah.
well, I like movies.
Yeah, that's not enough.
You need to give examples.
Examples, anecdotes, situations.
Right, paint a picture.
Exactly. And don't forget about time.
Oh, yeah, you can't just like talk forever.
No, you got to manage it.
So practice with a timer.
Yes, good idea. Okay, so those are the mistakes.
Okay, we know what not to do.
Now, how do we get better?
Give us the secrets.
Okay, well, practice regularly.
Even if it's just talking to myself.
Yes, even talking to yourself in English.
Okay, so like narrate my life.
Exactly, and record yourself.
Oh, that's scary.
It is, but it helps you see what you need to work on.
Okay, so I can hear my ums.
Exactly, and get feedback from someone,
Okay.
a teacher, a friend,
Yeah.
anyone who's good at English.
Someone to tell me I'm doing great.
Or give you tips.
Tips. Okay, and learn new words right.
Yes, expand your vocabulary. Read, watch movies, listen to podcasts.
Learn about different things.
Exactly, it'll make you more confident.
So I'm not like, oh no, I don't know what to say.
Right.
Okay, and I guess know the test format.
Yes, definitely.
All right, so no surprises.
No surprises.
Okay, and be positive.
Yes.
Mindset is everything.
Absolutely believe in yourself.
You got this.
You got this. Okay, let's recap.
All right, bring it all together.
3 parts.
Introduction, main idea.
Development, give those details.
Conclusion. Sum it up.
Exactly.
Deliver it clearly. Listen carefully.
Good vocabulary.
Steady pace. Good pronunciation.
Transitions.
We're going to ace this thing.
Yes, you are. Practice, stay confident.
Communicate like a pro.
And here's something to think about.
Okay.
This structure, it's not just for exams.
Oh, really?
Think about it being able to introduce an idea, explain it, and summarize it. That's useful everywhere.
Yeah.
At work and conversations.
Right.
So these skills, they help you in all parts of life.
So keep practicing, everyone, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.